Good morning. Okay, this isn't YouTube. I'm actually here. You can interact with me. Good morning. That's good. Good. So a lot of people are like, Miriam, I thought it was Twist Image. That's part of the reason why I'm here to talk. As I was walking up on the dusty road here, I guess we'll call it Dusty Road, and it's at Startupfest, and I said, what does it mean when I'm here as somebody who's just acquired and not at startup mode at all? I'm in the total opposite end. That's where I am. So Twist Image, my agency, was acquired last year by WPP, largest advertising, marketing, communications network in the world. Good for WPP. Oh, good for us or WPP? Okay, good. And about 3 months ago, we took a bunch of other agencies that were followed through in the J. Walter Thompson Advertising Agency Network and came together and launched this agency called Mirium. So now suddenly Mirium is this agency that I'm president of that has 2,500 employees in 20 countries with 40 offices. And I realized in the sort of flow of this world that disruption really is everywhere, and that as amazing as I thought my industry is, and it still is, like it's amazing to be in a place where you know you're in a blue ocean. You've read Blue Ocean Strategy, all right? So this is a blue ocean. It's digital marketing. Every brand, every business is going to try and figure out how do they connect better to their audience? How do they do this through digital channels? And what is this going to look like? So when I look at my industry, I always tell people that I feel like I'm in a business where the road is very long and very wide, if you know what I mean, my runway. So all of you who are interested in startups, you feel that way. You're at the beginning of something new where you know the runway for this idea is extremely long and extremely wide. But what I realized is in a very short period of time, starting this digital agency that we started in 2000, is the model of what we do went from this amazing blue ocean to this bloody Red Sea really fast, where suddenly everybody was saying, oh, we can build websites, oh, we can do digital advertising, oh, we could do mobile apps, oh, we could do so, and everyone's doing this. And I found myself sitting at a table with very traditional agencies, and I didn't sell anything else that they sold. However, they all claimed to sell what I sell. And it created a sort of firing in my brain that we have to really understand that everything we do, even at the startup level, as disruptive as it is that you think you're creating for the world, there is somebody already disrupting you or thinking about how to disrupt it. And as crazy as that sounds, it's very much a reality. And so if you think about where disruption comes from, I can tell you that there used to be a day where if you were a creative individual that wanted to work in a professional environment and not just be someone selling art on Etsy, or if you wanted to sort of explore that from a commercial standpoint, you came to people like me. You came to an agency. I mean, a lot of creative people went to agencies. So there's this disruption for talent that happens in my industry, and I'm trying to use my industry as a mirror reflection for your world. And then there's also this sort of battle and disruption that's happening with clients, where the clients, the people that I sell to, for me it happens to be national, multinational brands, have many more options in terms of what they want to buy when it comes to the products and services that I happen to sell or that you happen to sell. So my model was pretty simple, actually. I thought what I'm going to do is take this idea of technology and take this idea of creativity and be the exact thin layer for brands in the middle and create this wonder, this product, this service for them that's really going to create wonder through digital channels that's not just advertising, that's very, very disruptive. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because a lot of businesses at the startup level don't even understand how to, in a more simplistic way, create the framework. The problem with the framework, of course, is that it's going to be disrupted by someone else because they're going to come along and totally nail us and make us feel terrible about it. So we just came out of my industry, out of this big event called Cannes. Have you ever heard of Cannes, the big advertising awards, the Lion Awards? So it ends, and one of the biggest news items was this. It was the fact that Vice, which we all know and love, I actually grew up with Shane and Sarush here in Montreal. I used to write for them, so it's a crazier story for me to know that I got extremely inebriated with those people a long time ago. They teamed up with Pinterest and Bank of America to cut this big partnership. And this was a deal that really got pushed around a lot in the media when it happened a couple weeks ago. I'm a digital marketing agency guy. Where am I in this scenario? I have been disrupted. Vice is the media platform. They can push the content out to the exact target audience. Pinterest is another amazing platform. Both Pinterest and Vice offer creative services, pretty much for free to their clients who are willing to spend. And they're doing it with Bank of America. And when I saw this, I thought it was really interesting. Here we sit at the sort of apex of marketing and communications in my world, and it has been extremely disrupted very, very, very quickly. In fact, to the point where in some scenarios like this, they don't even really want or care to have anybody there. So what happens is the disruptor, which is you today, becomes disrupted. This is my struggle. This is my personal Vietnam right now. This is my world. I've been disrupted, my industry's been disrupted by traditional ad agencies. It's been disrupted by highly specialized agencies. So we just do search, we just do social, we just do mobile. It's been disrupted by startups, right? Crew made a big announcement just the other day, a local company, $8.5 million. Congratulations to them, that's amazing, right? They are completely effing up my model. It's exactly what it is, right? It's like connect freelancers and ideas all together and just go after these ideas. You've got platforms, Google, Facebook. You've got publishers, individuals. You can read the list. I went from a world where the only people being disruptive towards me were traditional agencies trying to catch up. That was my world for 15 years, but it changed extremely fast. People got very sophisticated very, very quickly. But I really do think that we shall overcome. And I'm trying to tell you this because as you build your business, you sort of go in with blinders, but you need to open up the blinders this way. Because all of those people who are currently partners that you think are helping facilitate what it is you're doing, they're actually the ones who might be able to steal the market share for you. And being a blue ocean is really, really challenging in this world because of the nature of this. But I also think we shall overcome because people like me, people in my industry, hopefully people in your industry, get really smart. So unheard of things are starting to happen in my industry, like this announcement that came out in Advertising Age just the other week. Basically, Ad Age said, not Ad Age, they reported on this, that Ogilvy, which is a very creative agency, is in the final runs for all of Coca-Cola's media business. That's really unheard of. Usually it's the big media companies that are sort of partnering with the agencies. And so then this strange paradox came around, where suddenly you're seeing these agencies disrupt their partners now. And so all of these things are happening that I think point to an interesting world, so I'm not at all negative about it. I'm really, really positive about it. And I'm positive about it because I read this quote many years ago. Tom Peters, an awesome author, and he had this book, Reimagine, a beautiful book. And you open it up, and there's this quote, and I love it, and I have it actually printed out, and I think about it all the time. And the quote is General Shinseki from the US Army. He says, if you don't like change, you're going to like irrelevance even less. And I love this quote because I think it really exemplifies the spirit of what you all need to do. And so you'll hear this idea of disruption, and you're probably sick of me saying it. You're probably sick of saying it yourselves in pitches. But I think that there's a moment here in this festival that you can spend thinking very deeply about not only who you're disrupting, but who's going to disrupt you. Thanks very much.